tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming up tails, heads are a science apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science in progress, do not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing our tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. No, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. Oh, I'm going back to the start.
Thank you, Saimoen. That was beautiful. Good morning, and welcome to the online service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship at Stony Brook. My name is Mike Hoffman, and I am pleased to act as your worship associate this morning. Our minister is the Reverend Margie Allen, and our Director of Religious Education is Deborah Little. We have been doing online services due to the coronavirus pandemic. 8 million have been infected globally, and over 116,000 Americans have died in the past 3.5 months. That is an absolutely staggering number of lives lost, and we will be affected by this for months and perhaps years to come. In addition, we have all witnessed the recent killings of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery, not to mention police shootings of unarmed Black men and women in the past 30 years. We are heartbroken by their loss and for the deep wound this has opened throughout our country. However, by shining a light on systemic racism and calling it out with a unified voice, we create an opportunity for real change. As we gather for our worship, we remember those individuals and families who have been most directly affected by these events. We hope that our worship this morning may bring at least some solace to troubled souls. I'd like to offer a special welcome to anyone new to our fellowship. Our services vary in content and style, and we hope that you will visit us more than once to get a true sense of who we are as a community of faith. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religion with no fixed creed that everyone must accept. We are guided by our 7 principles and multiple sources of inspiration. You will find information about these on our webpage, uufsb.org. At the conclusion of our morning service, we will have a virtual coffee hour. It will take a few minutes for everyone to be admitted into the full gathering with active video and audio. So please be patient while our tech team accomplishes this. Following the coffee hour, there will be an opportunity to meet with others for small group chats. Please check the newsfeed or the UUFSB website for details, including a separate link to that meeting. Also, following our morning service, there will be a service for youth and families. You will have to leave this meeting and join that separately, and the link for that service is also found either on our webpage or the special news feed. Please don't forget to send Reverend Margie a photo of yourself and/or your family with flowers for next Sunday's service. Please do this by tomorrow, June 15th. And we now enter into the spirit of worship with the sounding of our morning bell.
Let the song of this hammered metal Buddhist bell open our hearts and minds to the experience that we share together this morning.
This morning, our chalice lighting words are by Rebecca Pankhurst. You might choose to light a chalice or candle as I light ours. This light unites us. This light unites us with our neighbors, our friends, and our enemies. Most importantly, this light unites us within ourselves, our hearts, our souls, our spirits. This light unites us.
Our opening words this morning are a gift from Laura Lesh. She read these to us at yesterday's WA meeting. These are the words of Margaret Weiss. The title is "The Church Has Left the Building." Our fellowship is not a place, it is a people. It is not only a building set back from the street and the cars, behind the trees and the chalice. Rather, it is a people proclaiming to the world that we are here for the work of healing and justice. It has not walls built on a wooden frame, held together by nails and screws. It is rather person linked to person, linked with person, all ages and genders and abilities, a community built on the foundation of reason, faith, and love. This congregation is the gathering together of all the people and experiences and fear and love and hope in our resilient hearts, gathering however we can to say to the world, welcome, come in, lay down your heartache, and pick up here hope and love. For our fellowship is us, each and every one of us together, a beacon of hope to this world, which so sorely needs it. Welcome to our worship this morning. Our first hymn is number 90 from the Fret and Fever of the Day. It invites us to set our burdens down, to set our heartache down, just for a moment, and to relax, to listen, and to renew.
Good morning. Today, I have the great joy of honoring 4 amazing young women as they start this next stage of life as young adults. Bridging refers to the ceremony that honors this tradition. Our high school seniors are leaving the youth community and joining the young adult world. This is a key milestone in our secular culture and a spiritual milestone in their lives. As they cross this bridge between youth and young adulthood, they are entering another world, one with unknown adventure and magic. Since we cannot be together in person, I want to remind you of the childhood and youth that these young women have shared with us. As you know, this congregation presents gifts to our youth when they bridge. So you will see pictures of them wearing the shawls they have been given by our own shawl ministry. Saimoen Anderson is a 3rd-generation UU in our congregation. Her grandparents, Janet and Gil Hansen, her mom, Darlene Anderson, and her siblings, Edmund and Gia, all are part of our community. Saimoen grew up in our fellowship. She has been a leader among our youth, and we have enjoyed her singing and her childcare gifts. Daniella Kata has been with us since childhood, along with her parents, Maria and Pete, and her sister, Ariana. We recently got to hear Daniella's music when she, her sister, and her dad played for an online service. She's been part of our youth group, and we've been blessed by her calm demeanor and her friendliness. Aurelia Masters, daughter of Carol Castillo and Ted Masters, and sister of Dylan, has also been with us since childhood. She's been active in our youth group and is a loving child care provider. She will be studying musical theater as she moves forward in her life. Gabby Luthy, daughter of Melissa Elliott Brogan, is a longtime member whose mom led our youth group for many years. Gabby has been a leader in the youth group and has provided child care. You may remember that she graciously worked 2 Christmas Eves ago, which was a huge gift to our families. She too gives her artistic gifts to the world through musical theater. At this point, I would like to invite Saimoen, Daniella, and Gabby to share some words with us. Aurelia is not able to be here, but she is in our thoughts.
Good morning. I am Saimoen Anderson. I have been going to this fellowship since I was in the womb. I have many memories of growing up at this fellowship, both good and bad. Growing up UU has taught me a lot. I've learned to be accepting of all people, no matter what they look like, to be open minded, respect others' opinions, stand up for what I believe in, and help others find their voice. Because of my UU values, when I see something that is wrong and unjust, I intervene and try to educate people in the situation to make it right. I have made many friendships in the UU community through cons, bars, and youth group that will last a lifetime. In the fall, I will be attending Howard University in Washington, D.C. I am majoring in biomedical engineering. I want to save people's lives with my technology, specifically in the Black community. I would like to thank everyone who has helped me grow and thrive. I want to end with the tidbit from my campfire song at Pause. Let me tell you how I feel. You have given me a treasure. I love you so. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Daniella, and I have been going to this fellowship for as long as I can remember. And I will definitely be back when I'm around. I will never forget my time here, especially RE with Miss Michelle and the Nancys, and singing with the other children at holiday services. I have learned so much through my UU education and experiences, most notably how to include and respect people, how to enjoy music, and how to value listening and understanding as much as possible. In the coming years, I will be attending the University at Buffalo Honors College, studying civil engineering, and I hope to eventually combine this with social justice work and eco-friendly development where it is needed. Thank you all for making my time at this UU congregation so special and memorable, and I will miss you all.
Good morning. My name is Gabrielle Luthy, and I'm honored to be with you all. I'm here speaking because I am graduating, and in the fall, I'm headed to Nazareth College to pursue a degree in musical theater. During the past 15 years of being Unitarian Universalist, they have shaped me into the person that I am today. The community and people of this fellowship live within me. I want to address this living part of our fellowship by offering gratitude in how this impacts and shapes who I am. Growing up UU, we were taught the 7 Principles song. To this day, it still crosses my mind. It's funny to think that something I was taught so young has stuck for this long. Being UU has taught me to be open-minded, loving, honest, fair, and caring. The most wonderful people here have been teachers, advisors, and such bright lights in my life. The fellowship has given me family with people I know that always have my back, sisters and brothers that I will have for the rest of my life, and a community that I know I can count on to share ideas and conversations with. I also know that I have support that's just a phone call or an email away as I move out on my own in the world. Being Unitarian Universalist means taking pieces and parts of all of you with me. I have grown up here. I am still growing. This congregation has taught me to always stand for what I believe in and to never back away from a challenge. I am strong, I have opinions, and I have learned that it's important to share them. I promise to keep searching for what is true, offering respect to those around me regardless of our differences, speaking up for those that are without a voice, and taking care of our living planet Earth. Thank you.
So some of our young adults shared with me their thoughts for our graduates, and I put them together because there was some overlap in their wishes. These come from Hannah, the oldest daughter of Nancy Hunter and Brett Parker, Jared, the son of Deb Perez, and Ariana, the oldest daughter of Claudia Jacobs and Dan Dunmeyer. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of this chapter in your life. Don't be afraid of the uncertainty and injustice. Even if you've just awoken from uneasy dreams to find the world transformed into a monstrous unknown. So many things at the far ends of the good-bad scale. Take what you have learned about yourself from this UU community. Steal time for the work of beauty and creativity, both your own and of others, even if it's hard, even if it's exhausting, even if it's midnight and you've put in a full day at your desk job. Creativity connects us to our humanity across language and culture, to centuries of lived experiences before us. Creativity inspires us to face what seems insurmountable. So take your creativity and bring beauty into the world. Amen.
Our time of meditation begins with a blessing for our youth that really applies to all of us. I invite you to imagine yourself sitting here on this bench at 28th Street on the Lexington Avenue line, the 4 and the 6, surrounded by this mosaic of magnolia and redbud in their spring bloom. The station is empty. The train is there, quiet, waiting. Perhaps people you know will take the other seats beside you on the bench. Perhaps you'd like to be alone. Settle in. Close your eyes if you like. You'll hear words and then some kind of silence wherever you are. And then we'll sing. Freedom is organized by choices, many choices. Some clear, some difficult to recognize, some hidden. Choices that you will confront as you make your way forward on the course of your life that spirals towards and away from others, towards and away from your home, towards and away from your friends, your church, your family. These choices are never solely about you. Every choice you make creates a vibration on the web that other beings feel, that affects their lives, limits their choices, or multiplies them. May your sense of the worth and dignity of others and of yourself only deepen as you walk your talk, think your thoughts, hear your calling, speak your mind. May you never be so free on that web that you forget that you are only one in a unity of many. May you never be so free that you forget how others have a hand in making you who you are. Strangers, before, behind, above, below, within, with whom you are linked in life. May you never be so free on that web that you forget that everyone is strange and each beloved. May you never be so free on that web that you become indifferent to the difference you can make for others, known and unknown, who also have a stake in your choices. May you be blessed with life-giving connections in community and an elegant balance in your lives between your own freedom and your compassionate responsibility to the whole we all also are. Amen. I invite you to take these words into our shared silence. Listen there on your bench for the response of the still small voice within your own heart.
Thank you, Bethany. It is our spiritual practice to take an offering which will be shared between our fellowship and an agency doing social justice work. The circumstances caused by the COVID pandemic have put many people in a condition of food insecurity. In response, our Social Action Committee has chosen to make this as our Share the Plate focus through August. Hence, the plate funds will be divided 80% to Island Food Pantry and 20% to our own members in need. During this period, we are not able to meet in person. Please continue to send your pledge payments and your contributions for our Share the Plate partners. Details on how to make contributions are found in the special news feed. Please be sure to indicate how you want your contribution used. Thank you.
Yesterday, a child came out to wonder, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the fall of a star. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like when you're older must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in a circle again. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to cartwheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet too slow, the circle's down. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in a circle again. And go round and round and round in a circle again.
From time to time lately, I hear people say, I cannot wait for life to get back to normal. I get it, of course. We're living in a vast field of disruption right now. Familiar timelines and routines no longer serve to structure our days. Our ways of connecting with other human beings are encumbered by distance and masks. How our children learn, how our loved ones die, how we make our living, how we get our dinner, how we vote, where we can go, what the heck summer means, where worship happens. So many things we've never had to even think about have been altered, made problematic, broken, disappeared. A pandemic is a natural disaster. It has exposed a number of places in which silence or normal or denial or fear or greed has kept us from seeing the lie or the mess or the evil system pumping out pain or the destructive patterns we repeat so often and so mindlessly that we no longer see their ugliness. Our democracy has been deteriorating for decades through stealth and neglect. The president of our country is broken. Our earth is dangerously out of balance. The national abscess of racism that spreads under the skin of our unseeing has ruptured again, and the people as a whole are running a high fever. Almost nothing is normal right now. The ground of our national and personal lives is littered with the fragments of normal. I want to say that the reestablishment of normal in the aftermath of disaster may be an overrated ambition. A forest actually needs its apparently devastating fire in order to renew itself. And that renewal involves a long and interesting stretch of abnormal before the shattered fragments of the former ecology begin to reassemble into a new, reconnected network of interdependent terraforms and life forms. In our own field of debris today, we too have the opportunity to rethink how we want to connect, what we want to produce together, how we will make decisions, how we will remember and redirect our history, what values and principles we will prioritize in our individual and collective lives. We have the opportunity to collect the pieces of what has been broken and decide how we wish to reassemble them. We have the opportunity to reassess the normal we say we want back and to recreate our lives and our life together in a way that makes life better for everyone, for every living being, and for the earth herself. To go back to our 4 awesome high school graduates for a minute, I would add that we humans are confronted with this project of reclaiming or rejecting pieces of ourselves with a certain regularity over our whole lifetimes. Leaving high school for work or for college or for global exploration is also an opportunity to sort through the fragments that the shakeup shakes out, to decide which of them is beautiful and functional and real and needed and which are not, and to put yourself back together in a new configuration that will help you draw from your experiences the becoming that is most true to you and most conducive to the best becoming of the communities to which you belong and will belong. We humans have regular opportunities to reform ourselves, and in doing so, to reform the world around us. I recently put together a puzzle that featured stylized versions of 16 different kinds of colorful birds. I took pictures of my progress over the 10 days it took to reassemble, and it fascinated me to see each bird emerge gradually out of the chaos of pieces. A beak and an eye, a yellow wing, 3 birds, then 4, then all the colors aggregating into their places, then all the bodies connected to each other, then all the edges and the background. I think of our lives as like that process of gradual emergence. At some point, early or late, we say, yes, this is who I am. I know I am beautiful. I know how I am powerful and how I am dangerous. I have assembled myself finally in such a way that I do more good than harm in the world. But really, the process is more like mosaic making than puzzle assembling, because we do not know what will emerge in the end. There's no picture on the box of who we are when we're delivered into the world. We are a work of art, each of us, a work of art emerging, and many other beings have a hand in our becoming. As per Saimoen's song, if I read it right, quote, "This is not science," end quote. Our hearts know more. The body is a scientific project. The creation of the self is an artistic project that morphs unpredictably in the making. In closing, I want to share a story that my colleague Karen Johnston recounted in a segment of the UUA series, Braver, Wiser. She writes, "I made a beautiful piece of art in a mosaic class this summer, but there were times when I was frustrated at my own limits. The teacher showed me how to use the tools. She never offered to do it for me, which meant that by practicing, I figured it out for myself. I also learned that there were two ways for us to turn the large sheets of glass into smaller, usable pieces. The intentional precision of a pistol-handled glass cutter, or using a ball-peen hammer and a thwack of force. Each method renders very different results, both of which are very necessary. The beauty of our mosaics emerged from a mixture of precision and chaos, control and surrender. I had arrived to class with a design in mind, but the further along I got, transferring the design from paper to wood, the less the mosaic looked like my original drawing, which was all for the better. Vision is essential, but I had to hold mine loosely so the final project would reveal itself to me along the way." Writer and naturalist Terry Tempest Williams reminds us that quote, "A mosaic is a conversation between what is broken." A mosaic is a conversation between what is broken. As you think about the life you want to live in the aftermath of this devastating shakeup of our normal, listen for those conversations among the shards. Pick up each piece of shattered normal and ask yourself, do I need this? Is this helpful, beautiful, coherent, meaningful? Does it fit into the self and the world I want to see emerging? Karen left her readers with 3 pieces of advice that I pass on to you in paraphrase. Surround yourself with skillful teachers and partner with them skillfully by doing the work of learning. 2, when you handle the broken pieces that will become a new image, expect to be wounded from time to time, but also to see in their prism new ways to perceive the world. And finally, humility in an artist is a strength. You are drawing on many sources of inspiration as you create. Learn to trust your eye, your gut, but also your circles of love and wisdom, the path also that unfolds before you and calls you. Your life is a work of art, and you are the artist. But other artists join you in the breaking and in the making. Amen. I invite you to sing when you see the music, hymn number 22, Dear Weaver of Our Lives Design. This hymn names another artist in our project of creation. Bethany's going to play the hymn through once, and then please join in at home after that. Humming, singing, even just reading. Join in.
Our closing words are by Robert Mabry Das. For all who see God, may God go with you. For all who embrace life, may life return your affection. For all who seek a right path, may a way be found, and the courage to take it step by step.
We invite our bell to sing again as we step across the threshold from the sacred space and time of worship back into the flow of our everyday. May the nourishment we found together here sustain us as we greet the opportunities and meet the challenges that await us today and in the week ahead. Amen.